Hi everyone, good day. So today we'll be discussing Nintex K2 architecture. Uh, and a brief introduction from my side. I'm your trainer for today, Anunit Srivastava. I have overall 8 years of working experience in both K2 on-premise and on also on K2 Cloud. I am K2 certified as well. Um, I'm attaching my LinkedIn profile and bio so that you can later send me connection request if needed. Yeah. Uh, so let's start. K2 was founded in 2000 by Adrian Van Wyk and Olaf Wagner. It was incorporated in Johannesburg, South Africa. Later, it was headquartered in Bellevue, Washington in 2004. So the legal name which it has incorporated in 2004 was Source Code Technology Holdings. So you can still find the same name when you start working in K2 uh, on certificates and LOB systems author. So by LOB, I mean to say the external parties, which are Azure Active Directory and others. So major components for this K2 architecture are data, forms, workflows, and reports. So, as a designer, if you see highlighted in blue color, so under K2 designer, these four utilities are or aliases are present, which we can leverage on design time and create a web application from designing them. From user perspective, there are three components: K2 Workspace, K2 Reports, and K2 Mobile. We'll delve into each later stage. So these are have exposed to user as a web application or a URL. Also on administrator part, this is K2 management where we used to get all the administration stuff completed, be it any external integration or be it any API configuration. um, yeah, we need to get into K2 management to perform the same. For K2 API, there is a workflow REST API, Smart Object OData API, Management API, and Client API. Yeah, these four APIs are present to either expose the data or fetch data from external systems into K2. So K2 server. So K2 server has these components. These are only high level, but internally there are many other components which are operational to make the application up and running. So for major component is workflow server, smart object server, smart form server, and authorization framework. So as you might not be aware because many persons are not from coding background, but some who are watching which are from coding background uh, know that uh, a C sharp language exists, which has a tight correlation as all the backend logic from K2 is built in C sharp only. So it has a tight correlation with Microsoft as well. So all the major components like Windows Server, SQL Server, identity providers, also Internet Information Server, .NET Framework, and SharePoint, which is optional, are tightly linked with K2 architecture. So we we can leverage each and every utility from Microsoft and build in um, customized components which will be working in K2. Yeah. So this is the high level overview. Let's go into details one by one. So first thing is K2 designer, what you can do as a designer role. So as a designer, you can design workflow, which is step-by-step process automation, and this designing is done via HTML browser-based design utility. So here you have a drag and drop utility uh, where major controls are listed, and you can use them to design the workflows. Smart objects, basically this is a data layer for K2. So any external database integration needs to be exposed via smart objects only. Yeah. Also, if we can design internal smart objects uh, which are local to K2 database, that is under smart box. We'll get to know later on later stages as well. On forms, there are smart forms which we can design. So these smart forms are are the collection of different views and also different reporting components which we can use in the K2 application. Views basically have two types of views under K2. So there are list view and item view. So these two views were used. Uh, these two types of views are used to to get any data from via smart objects or to just design the design the segregation between different components of the form. Correct. Yeah. So that is the design time options which we have. Now let's move to uh, user based, which is K2 workspace, K2 reports, and K2 mobile. So under K2 workspace, you can see different components of K2, which are apps and your task list. So K2 apps are nothing but pre-built apps, which are pre-built layout of the apps like leave approval, expense claim, which has fixed workflow and uh, y- and a form layout so that they are easy to go and you can deploy within minutes. Yeah, so they are hosted under K2 Workspace, and every user needs to go to K2 Workspace to fill in or take any action on the apps. Yeah, that is one of the component. There are other components as well. We'll see into that later. Under K2 reports, where we have OData integration, and we can leverage K2 reports via forms as well. So under forms, you will see a K2 report section, and you can use that reports. K2 Mobile. This is a additional facility where K2 Mobile is a Android and iOS app where you install the same on users PWA, Progressive Web App, as a sorry, my bad. So you can install that in users mobile, and it will basically operate as a um, uh, application forms. So while creating forms, we can have a selection where you can select it as an application form and it will publish under K2 mobile. Hmm. So yeah, that is and user can take action on existing work items, and input any form related details as well. So on administration part, as I already showed you, there are authentic authorization framework developed via K2, where you can um, provide specific rights to users under K2 management. Also, you can create and build service brokers and expose them as service instances. So this can be done under K2 management. Also, over and above, there is some environment variables which are globally available on each design components, which are design like K2 workflows, forms, and views. So you can edit the values under K2 management as well for those environment variables. Yeah. So under K2 API, we have workflow REST API, which is used to basically expose the K2 workflow to different third party tools like Microsoft Teams, for example. And if user message on Microsoft Teams, that workflow should push forward. So that type of integration is performed through workflow REST API. Smart Object OData API is used to expose the K2 data um, uh, as OData, and we can use that under Power BI dashboard building uh, and create fancy reports through the same. Under Management API, we have where we can perform administration actions through this particular API. So if example is where you want to redirect the task, or uh, you want to um, start a workflow. That type of actions can be performed under Management API. Under Client API, we have client specific actions, like if you want to uh, push the any wo- any work item to any third person whom you want to delegate, like similar level of operations can be performed through Client API as well. Moving ahead, we have K2 server. So under K2 server, we have workflow server, smart object server. So under these components basically have uh, all the server related details and operation and are operational on individual level, so that all the design objects are not merged into one place, and are segregated under one umbrella. Mm. So after completing the architectural overview, let's come to course overview, where we will be getting um, the description of upcoming course, which I will be launching. So the second part of this day one will be working with K2 on high level. We will be getting in knowledge base, where uh, how we will be creating, using, and monitoring the created objects. Uh, Day two, we will be having the overview on K2 applications and designer, how the applications work, and how each components are tightly coupled with each other for a web application. On day three, we will be getting a look and feel of reporting components in K2. Day four, we will be having a K2 administration knowledge transfer, where we will be getting an overview of different components under K2 administration, be it service broker, service instances, and smart objects administration. Day 5, we will be starting to build the workflows and also advanced smart forms. Day 6, we will be getting in understanding on external integration for REST API or data. Yeah, where we will be integrating with few external APIs of ServiceNow and Power BI. Day 7, we will be having a look on best practices and performance considerations. Thank you. I will be pasting the link in description for getting this course as well.